All right, on your feet.
Relax. Grab a seat.
I'm Hal Lamberton, the Commanding General for the Kentucky National Guard. Here in Kentucky, between the soldiers and the airmen we've got and the civilians we've got about 8,400 folks. And so the authority to oversee everything that they're engaged with comes up to the Adjutant General's office. It is sure as heck not a 9 to 5 dynamic for us. And you know that, as you would be aware, we've had soldiers and airmen responding to everything from weather-related incidents here into the state, tornadoes, floods, domestic disputes, if you will. But we've also had airmen and soldiers who are currently serving overseas and in some of those same combative areas that you inquired about. So just really shouldering that responsibility and the realization that, hey, I'm the guy in charge of this, and the impact of some of my decisions are going to affect those folks.
All the brigades, all the units are doing extremely well.
Long before becoming the top military officer in Kentucky government, Hal Lamberton was a Jefferson County public school student.
I'm a 1976 graduate of Atherton High School, and prior to that went to Barrett Junior High, and before that Bloom Elementary School.
It was his third grade teacher at Bloom, Mrs. Bowie, who read biographies of famous people to her students, Benjamin Franklin, George Washington Carver, George Washington, that first sparked Lamberton's thirst for adventure. That quest for excitement led him to join the Army instead of following his parents' wishes and going to college when he graduated from Atherton.
Initially, when I enlisted into the Army, and I think at the time I was the only person out of my graduating class who went into the military. Most everybody else went off to college, and I was stationed in Germany. And so while stationed in Germany, learned how to ski in the German Alps, joined a German-American skydiving club, ran with the Bulls in Pamplona, Spain, ran a marathon that was over the 1972 Olympic marathon course. So I sort of met that adventurous aspect that I wanted to pursue. But during the course of that as well, just quite simply realized that for me, the military and the Army was a good fit.
Lamberton eventually went to college, joined ROTC, got his degree, and even tried a career in banking while serving in the National Guard, before ultimately deciding a full-time job in the service was what he really wanted to do.
At this point, in some capacity or another, I've been in the military ever since 1976. So at this junction, I don't know if it's a positive thing or not, but I'm the oldest guy in the room for any group of soldiers or airmen that we gather together.
And Major General Lamberton has had quite the career, with several operational deployments overseas in reaction to military or governmental crises.
I've been in Iraq twice. I went to Panama when we took out Noriega. I went down to Honduras when the Sandinista government out of Nicaragua attacked into Honduras, and we were sent down as a show of force. I went for the Gulf War back in the early 90s, so I've got some experience.
He got to 2-star status by bucking his parents' wishes and following his heart, the same advice he'd give all JCPS seniors.
I very much say, number one, if folks can identify with whatever's most pertinent to them, for all of us here in the room, we've got different aspirations, but to identify that and to go ahead and pursue it. But if somebody's able to pursue what is really most desirous from their perspective, that's what you need to go after.